Hello and welcome to the football preview show here on GameTimePA-TV. I'm your host, John Buffone, and throughout this episode we'll be checking in with all of our Game Time PA reporters to break down the most interesting matchups in their area. Let's start right here in Lancaster, where the premier matchup of the week is Manheim Central at Solanco. If you like games that involve 3 yards and a cloud of dust, we got a good one for you in Quarryville. The Golden Mules are attempting to clinch the Section 2 title outright. Meanwhile, the Barons will try to get a share of it by taking down the undefeated Mules. Both these teams love to run the football, and both have the ability to run the ball out of the quarterback position as well. This should be an electric atmosphere in Quarryville. Now let's see what's going on in the rest of South Central PA.
I'm Zach Miller from the Evening Sun in Hanover, and our game of the week is Biglerville at Bermudian Springs. A lot on the line in this one in Division 3, where the winner will clinch at least a share, if not more, of the division title. It's a big rivalry game as well, and both teams come in red hot. Biglerville just beat undefeated Hanover last week 42-21, while Bermudian Springs picked up its 5th straight win after starting 0-4. We'll see who wins this rivalry game and who stays on top in Division 3 on Friday.
Hi, I'm Lindsay with GameTimePA Franklin-Fulton. We are already in the final week of the regular season, and a few of our local teams are tantalizingly close to making the district playoffs. Waynesboro is currently in the final playoff spot in Class Quad A, and they meet Big Spring this week. Big Spring is out of playoff contention, but they can play spoiler on Friday if they beat Waynesboro, potentially knocking the Indians out of playoff contention. Shippensburg meets Greencastle this week, also in another Franklin County rivalry. Ship sits in the 13th position in Class AAA, and a win will likely ink in a playoff spot for the Greyhounds. Greencastle is coming off a tough loss against Waynesboro, so a win is a must for them. They lost their starting quarterback and a starting safety against Waynesboro last week. Spencer Myers had surgery on his left arm last week after taking a nasty hit against Waynesboro, while another starting safety also left the game early with a right arm injury. But with or without starting talent, it's a must-win for Greencastle, who's teetering on their first playoff spot since 2011. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lindsay with GameTimePA.
This is Brandon Stoneberg with the York Daily Record. It's week 10. It's finally here. You know what? It's rivalry week, so we don't have just one game of the week. We have a few. Dallastown Red Line, maybe one of the most heated rivalries we have in the area, and they have some division implications on the line this time. Red Line's record kind of slipped this year, but they have a chance to spoil Dallastown's division title. If Dallastown wins, they get the division outright. If Red Line wins, then Division 1 can be split between Southwestern and Dallastown. Southwestern Spring Grove, another heated rivalry. Southwestern needs to win to split the division with Dallastown. Hanover Delone, a heated rivalry. Hanover needs to win their division. There's a lot going on all over all 3 divisions, and a lot of it comes down to Friday night. Obviously, we'll see what happens. We'll see you out there.
Wrapping up the regular season out here in Lebanon brings about 3 primetime matchups, all with playoff implications. Cedar Crest will be at home against Penn Manor, looking for its first district playoff berth since 1999. The Comets coming into town are winless this season, while the Falcons have won 2 straight to put themselves in contention and should be able to seal that berth with a win. Meanwhile, down in Section 3, Northern Lebanon will be traveling to Columbia to take on a 1-win Crimson Tide team. The Vikings looking for back-to-back section titles after taking their first crown last year, the first since 1991. Lastly, Anvil-Cleona, also in Section 3, will be taking on Pequea Valley. The Braves are looking for their first winning season in program history, while the Little Dutchmen have put together a nice little run at the end of the year as they head into the district playoffs. That's it for here in Lebanon. Back to John in Lancaster.
Well, that about wraps up this edition of the Football Preview Show. Thank you for tuning in. For updates on all your favorite games, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, enjoy the games this weekend.